What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome or welcome back to Get Feathered. It is time for an Aquarius deep dive. We're going to find out what's really going on in a love situation. It may or may not be yours. It doesn't matter where Aquarius is at in your chart. If you're a cross watcher, it is podcast episode 258. For those of you watching live, thumbs up, click the live chat button down below and come say hello to me. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this? Let's do this. Just know it may or may not resonate, and that's okay. These are general readings. If you would like a private session with me, check out all of my products and services at nourishheallive.com. What's up, Diamond? How you doing? Hey, everybody in the shadows. Let me finish setting up the stream. And, of course, thank you so much for your energy exchange, liking, sharing, subscribing. Become a member of one of my memberships. Join the tribe. Whatevs. Let's see what's going on. Let's drop into the reading screen, shall we? And get some cards on it. Okay, Queen Tiki's here. Let me see where we're headed. What do I need to focus on for this Aquarius reading here, Fred? Peace. In regards to a situation that has been quite chaotic. Hey, Layla. It looks like a new beginning possible. I don't know if it's with this person or with someone new, but we're going to see. Been having some challenges, huh? Let's see. Okay, for Aquarius, tell me about the situation. What's going on? I have been taking some time off, beautiful souls. I needed a rest. Been spending some time with my family. And working on my homestead. Needing to get it maintained and ready for growing. I've already got fruit growing. Yes. My lemons are about to... My lemon tree is blooming. My dwarf mulberries full of fruit. Everything is waking up and looking beautiful. My plums. I got plums on the tree. Yay. I'm so excited. Anyway. Okay, so dating a person who is non-committal. Yikes. Okay. I've got Aries and Taurus energy. So friends with benefits or dating a person who is non-committal. That's what you're just straight off the bat. I'm dating a person who is non-committal. They may be married. I really feel like this person is non-committal. So they may be married to somebody else, or they may have been married to you, but they're not investing in the connection. They're not there. You may consider this person a friend, or maybe you're cohabitating or co-parenting with this person. I'm also getting an energy where it's kind of flowing in here from somebody, where this person may be aggravating. I get aggravating and agitating. So they may agitate you. They just may do it on purpose. I don't know what that is, but that's for somebody here. So you got a lot of love for this person. And it's sincere love. Okay. And you are reminiscing about this person, and it looks like you are, unfortunately, let's just put it this way, you are, when the Six of Cups comes out here, a lot of people want to jump in and say, oh my God, it's a soulmate, they're coming back. No, I don't read like that, y'all. I don't read like that. That's how you get yourself in trouble and stuck to a wrong situation. What I'm seeing is that you're fantasizing about this, or you're reminiscing about this person because you've got a lot of love for them. And the more you reminisce about this friend or this connection, God dang, my OCD is going off here. A lot of times we reminisce and we remember all the good times, and so it's like you're reminiscing about this person. You're thinking about the good times. Sometimes we get in our emotions and our feelings because we care very deeply about somebody. And we're wanting to reunite. We're wanting them to come back. And we are solid in how we feel and what we want from the connection, but they're not investing at all. They're non-committal. They're not investing anything. So make sure that you're not romanticizing a connection with somebody that's married, or somebody you were married to a long time ago or once upon a time, or you're dating somebody that's really severe, agitating, aggravating. They may not be very nice at all, and you might be putting a mask on them to make them look a certain way because that's what you want. Just be careful with that, okay? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Because sometimes we reminisce and we're like, oh my God, this is my person. This is who I see a future with. And it's like they're not even investing. They're not showing up. What are you doing? Five of Swords. That's exactly what you're doing. You're in your head about this. There's been a lot of mixed signals. There's possibly been some gaslighting, a lot of arguments. There's some definite confusion there. Confusion, mixed signals, gaslighting, deception, whatever the Five of Swords is. Don't self-sabotage yourself. I want you to see this person for who they truly are. Are they married to somebody else? Yes or no? Fact or not? Did y'all divorce? And why? And are you hanging on to a person thinking, oh my God, this is my soulmate and I love them and I care about them and I want them to return and I want them to be a supportive partner, but are you trying to pull them into one of your fantasies or your romantic ideas or ideals when they don't want that shit at all? We'll see. We'll see what's going on. So you definitely want things to change here in a big way. You want the tables to turn in your favor here. You're gambling here. You're throwing the dice out. I don't know if you're going to win. Okay? So what you're wanting is a challenging situation to come to a resolve. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Until we hold on too long. And then we become an immovable force, and then we don't want to see any other options or opportunities, right? So I got Sagittarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius on this. So it's like you don't want to close out the chapter. You don't want to let this person go. What kind of lesson do you have to learn here? Is there a lesson, and are you sabotaging yourself with the thoughts that you're having in regards to this person? Are you romanticizing something that should not be romanticized? I'm getting 11, 13, 1, 3. I'm getting 31 and 33 as well. 48, 41. You may have been born in 81 or 84. Let's pull this person's energy and see if they share your enthusiasm for a return. Because there could have been a closure happening here. It's like, I don't want to close this down. This is my person. This is what I want. I want them to return. I love them. I care about them, But what? Where's the self-sabotage there? You're gaslighting yourself in some way. This person, they say they care about you. Their back is turned to this, and they're not reconciling. They're not coming back for reconciliation. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong Scorpio here. Aries, Leo, Sag. They're saying they care a lot about you. They keep their feelings to themselves. They know you love them. They know you care about them, but they do not want to reconcile here. They're making a judgment call to not. They're just basically avoiding a tower. right? There's been a lot of conflicts here, mental, emotional, I don't know. But this person, they know you care about them. They know, but they're saying they would rather avoid a tower. Yeah, so they are worlding this out. So you don't want this to end. They do. Because there has been a tower here. They say that it's possible they made a bad decision in trying to rebuild this, or I don't know what they're saying there, but they're wanting to avoid a tower moment. They're wanting to avoid a disaster. So the best thing for them to do is to care about you from a distance. And I don't know how far that distance is. You may be friends with this person, or you may be co-parenting with this person, whatever. I've got Capricorn, strong, Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. They're saying that they're hanging more. It's like they're there. They're hanging on, but they've got to close this out. It's like they're hanging on to the decision, to making the decision of closing this out. What is that? What does that mean? Because this may have become toxic or unhealthy. There may have been an obsession here. Okay. Okay. So this person is really focusing more on, they're hanging back, focusing on work and finance and rebuilding themselves, or building themselves, and not returning. This person is self-focused, is what I'm saying. They're not wanting to return. They're closing this chapter. Okay? They're wanting to shut this down. They've worlded this out. Why is that? Why is that? Because there has been a separation here. They feel like they've been left out in the cold. Yeah. So they're opening up to new options. Okay, so this person is in silence here, not communicating, other than maybe friendship or co-parenting. This person is shutting this down. Because to them, it's a tower. To them, it's unhealthy. To them, it's become unhealthy or obsessive, and they don't want to rebuild a tower. They don't want another disaster. So it's best if they just shut this down, focus on work, focus on finance, focus on themselves, and just stay to themselves and not return to this. So they are feeling left out in the cold, or they're feeling the separation here, but they're keeping it to themselves. They're keeping how they feel about this whole situation to themselves. Okay. I've got Cancer energy, Pisces energy on this. So this person could be at a distance, or this person is distancing themselves from this connection at this time. All right. So what do you need to know in regards to this Five of Swords? Again, I don't want you sitting here romanticizing this connection with this person, when this person may be married to someone else, or married to their money, married to their job, or married to themselves, whatever that is, especially if they're non-committal. Seeing them as your perfect match, your partner, when they may not feel the same way. Because I feel that this is absolutely not the same feeling. No. So you're wanting to reconnect and tell this person you love them, maybe offer them a big apology. I don't know why. But yeah, dudes, I'm telling you, there's deception here on your side. And you've got to see through that Five of Swords. You've got to see the truth here. The painful truth here. That you are possibly gaslighting yourself into believing this person is your person. That they love you, they're going to come back, they're going to marry you, they're going to be in a stable relationship with you. And this person is not even remotely. I mean, this person may be going through some financial issues. They may be having some health and some wealth problems. This person is really disconnected and separated from your energy. And they're kind of looking at their options. And I don't know what that means. That could be that they're relocating or moving, looking for a job, whatever it is. We're looking at other people. But this Five of Swords, the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords reverse. So you've got to see through this truth. You've got to see through the deception or the mixed signals here. Most of you, you're not talking to this person. Most of you, you're not. This is more of a romanticizing a connection that probably isn't ever going to be. I don't even know if it ever was. The Emperor, Aries, Taurus, I've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and I've got 10 swords. Okay. So this is a painful truth, and there's, you know, you could have had a painful ending with this person. You could have fallen in love with somebody who was non-committal or married to someone else. Okay. Let's just put it that way. You may have fallen in love with somebody who was self-focused, self-absorbed, married to their money, married to their career. Whatever this is, it's going to be a painful realization, and you don't necessarily want to deal with the pain of that. So we lie to ourselves. Okay, so this is really what I'm getting. It's either your reading or it's not your reading. But what I'm getting from this is sometimes we see somebody, you know, you may not have even had a relationship with this person. So for example, we see somebody, we start talking to somebody, or we see somebody, we're interested, and we want to know what's going on in a situation. Okay. Could this be my person? I started dating this person. We're friends. I want to know where it's headed or where it could go. Especially for those of you that have fallen in love with a friend, or have been dating somebody that's married or something, or they're just really not wanting to commit at all. We fantasize or play into that romantic image of, this is my soulmate, this is my person, this is my twin flame, this is my whomever, whatever. I've got feelings for this person, and they're going to come back, and they're going to love me. They're going to provide for me. They're going to want to be in a relationship with me. So you are kind of stuck in fantasy or in romanticizing this connection. It's a painful situation at best. Because, yeah, what if this person is married? You're falling in love with somebody who's married. That could be a very painful situation. It could be very, very painful to deal with, especially if you've got feelings for somebody that doesn't plan on getting a divorce. What if you fall in love with somebody who's married to their career or their finances? Their materialism is what they're about. Same thing. You love somebody that's not interested in loving you back. That sucks. That sucks. Because I get that this person keeps a lot to themselves. They deal with a lot on their own. They are probably dealing with their own financial stuffs, possibly moving, relocating. They're working on their own shit. And they're not sharing things with you. May they care about you? Maybe they do. Let's see what this moon is. But that's a painful reality that a lot of you may, if you're resonating with this, may need to sit back and realize that's a lesson. Do you do this to yourself often? Do you fall in love with somebody who's not investing in you? There's no investment happening here. There's none. No investment. This is not spouse material, because this person either chooses not to be spouse material, not for you, and you're seeing them as spouse material, or you're romanticizing that Oh my God, this is dreamy. This is dreamy. This is lovely. This is love. This is what I want. This is who I want. They may look great from the outside, but they're not treating you properly. They're not showing up as a spouse or spouse material. They're not even showing up as even giving you anything in the 3D. There's no benefit that you're getting from this person. It's all fantasy. It's all you and your emotions here. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Some of you may have been love bombed by this person. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. But a lot of times, with your energy being this strong, you've got to see it. You know, you got to see it. I think a lot of you have been just really holding on to the dream that this is your person. Yeah. So this person has ended this. So they are investing in the ending here and letting this go. Leo energy. Yeah. So this person is investing in the ending here. So that is what this person is saying. They do not want to rebuild. They do not want to return. They do not want a second chance. They want to avoid a disaster. So their decision, their judgment is to invest in the ending here. That is what I'm getting. So they're turning themselves away from this connection and distancing themselves. You may not have wanted to hear that, but a lot of you, again, don't be delusional. Okay? This person is silent. They may have ghosted you. They may be keeping a lot to themselves, because if you are friends with this person or talking to this person, they're not telling you everything. It's none of your business, because they're investing in the ending here while you're holding on to the dream that this person is going to show up and say, I love you, and I want to be your partner, and I want to marry you, and things like that. I don't want y'all to get lost in that, especially if you're dealing with somebody who's non-committal and there's already been a brutal ending here. There's already been a lot of painful thoughts and a lot of arguments about this, and you're showing up with love, sincere love for this person, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you've got to see who you're dealing with. They've showed up as the Emperor in reverse twice. Somebody who is absolutely non-committal, or very much married to their career, or married to someone else. So that has got to, that deception is on you. You're not wanting to see this because it's going to be painful. You don't want this to come to an end. You want things to change. Okay. But they're investing in the ending instead of investing in a connection with you, instead of investing in your connection or a marriage with you or committing to you. They're investing in the ending here. That's what works best for them. Okay. So what is your outcome here? What is your most likely outcome here? I got Scorpio energy again. Strong Scorpio energy. So your outcome is a challenge, actually. Your outcome is a challenge. You're more in your head and you can't stop thinking about this person. And some of you are really challenged with the fact that this isn't working out, or this was a one-sided situation. It looks like it was a one-sided situation. So again, I don't know if this was a dream where you fell in love with somebody you couldn't have, or you were dating somebody that didn't want to commit to you, or didn't want to, they moved on. It's a challenge for you over the next 3 months, for you to realize that this relationship or this marriage or whatever this was, it's one-sided. It's kind of like you're the only one holding the energy for it. And that's a lesson within itself, when to let go. And are you ready to let go? Some of you may be, some of you may not be. Who is this resonating for? But that's your challenge over the next 3 months, is preparing yourself for a new relationship. Okay? And realizing that you're really manifesting, or you're putting more energy into this person coming back when they're not. They're not interested. They're not coming back. They would prefer to be single, independent, and free, doing their own thing. You may not like that. Yeah. And I hate that it's coming out here as a challenge that, this isn't working out. This isn't balancing out. This isn't going to work out. I'm constantly thinking about this person. I'm constantly dreaming about this person. I'm constantly wishing that they'll come back. I'm manifesting that this person comes back. I'm manifesting that they return. I'm manifesting that they return. Excuse me. You can manifest a specific person if you want to. I don't suggest it because it can backfire. What I tell people is, if you're trying to manifest love and stability in relationship, first, be honest with yourself about the situation. Okay? Be honest with yourself about what's actually happening on both sides of the fence. Regardless of what my cards say, be honest with yourself about what's happening in your situation. And be honest with yourself about what you're wanting in relationship. And if you can get yourself to the point where you say, this person or someone better, then you're pretty much heading in the right direction. Because that opens you up to, if this person does decide to change and come back, when they do feel committal, then I'm open to it. But if the best that I can get from this person is this, I definitely want something better. But a lot of times we get challenged because we're dreaming and fantasizing and wanting and desiring somebody so much. Falling in love with a ghost. Falling in love with somebody who's not there. Falling in love with somebody who is non-existent. Who is not cooperating. Who is not communicating. Who is not benefiting you in any way. It's a difficult challenge, but that's a lesson, and that's got to change, because you're gambling. Again, you're waiting for somebody, and you may be dealing with somebody who is just really a difficult person to deal with. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who is carrying major narcissistic tendencies, who causes nothing but pain and stress in your life. That's not love. And I want you to love yourself and open up to love, even if it is painful. I'm falling in love with a married person. I'm falling in love with somebody who doesn't want to be married, but you want marriage. You want commitment. You got to see what's happening there, because your mind is kind of clouded right now. You got to see the truth in a situation if you want to. You don't got to. But that's the challenge. I also see a possible new relationship here too. Let's talk about that. If you can get through this, you will have attention here very soon. Possibly a fire sign, Aries, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. If you can get through for those of you that are wanting to end this and are wanting to finally put an end to all of this and be done with the mixed signals and be done with the confusion and the one-sided bullshit, the ones that absolutely know for a fact that it just isn't going to work out. It's not working out. There is relationship possibility here very soon, within the next 3 months. Sooner. Now over 3 months. I see you choosing a person. I see attraction here. I see you getting attention. I don't see you taking off right away. I see you being hesitant to involve yourself. Okay. But I see you communicating truth, and that is most important. It is not a return of this person. Man, look at that. That is solid commitment right there. Hell yeah. So you got a choice to make between people. You're going to be getting, I've got air, I've got earth, I've got fire. I don't see you I see you really focusing on communication and getting to know somebody slowly over time. I see you taking your time, really paying attention, really observing who you're communicating with. There is attraction. There's a lot of communication, and there is stability there. There's an actual offer of stability, where this one, you're not getting anything. Seven of Pentacles reverse, nothing. So lots of communication, lots of clarity, lots of information coming through that make you feel, first of all, okay, this could go somewhere. And there's more than one person here. So you may be talking to a couple different people trying to make a decision on who you would like to move forward with. Who do you want to give your heart to? Because there's a lot of you that realize that this is over and that this person is married or non-committal, but they're not your person. They're not your person. Let's just put it that way. They're not your person. And you're preparing yourself, and because your heart really wants to be loved. You are a very loving person. Big, beautiful heart. I mean, big, beautiful heart. You probably express emotion everywhere you go. You probably are very expressive. I don't even know if you're an Aquarius, to be honest, or you have a water placement. So what I'm seeing is that, yeah, this is difficult because you have some insecurities. Some of you may not feel that you're going to find your person, or you're reminiscing about this past person and hoping they come back, which is challenging you mentally. There's some frustration and some anxiety there. There's some challenging insecurities there, but they're coming to an end. Okay? They are coming to an end. That it's like, okay, fine. I've got to stop. I've got to stop doing this to myself. I've got to really prepare myself. If I want commitment and I want love and I want a reciprocal loving connection, I've got to be willing to put myself out there. I've got to be willing to love someone else, because this person isn't my person. They're not even here. They've disappeared. Poof, gone. They don't want to invest. They don't want to invest in a relationship. They don't want to invest in me. Whatever that is, it's not, excuse me. I get that this person is quite challenging. And the communication, when you try to work things out with this person, a lot of that tower energy is actually coming from this person. So they're showing me the devil reverse, and they're showing me the tower reverse. And it's very weird here, because it's almost like you can do the most. I'm not saying you're perfect. Maybe you threw off some mixed signals. Maybe you did some things and stuff. We all do. But they're showing me an energy of it's actually a feeling I'm getting, where when you try to present to this person, hey, I love you, I care about you, where are we headed? You're going to get daggers. Look at that. You're going to get daggers. You're going to get communication from this person that fucks your head up. You're like, hold on a second. Are we working things out? Or are we not? There's mixed signals, and this person may be very controlling or trying to control the dynamic. They may bully you. They may be very aggressive. Some of them may have zero self-esteem, zero courage. So you're like, what are we doing here? Because they throw off mixed signals to throw you off the trail, right? Instead of telling you, I don't want to be with you, I was just obsessed with you, or it was just a sex thing, or I didn't intend on loving you, or I didn't whatever's. Instead of telling you the truth, they give you half truths, or they give you some sort of game. They play some sort of game with your mind, and then you're just like, well, do you want me or don't you? Do you want this or don't you? So some of you have been dealing with a situation like that. Now, good Lord. Which bothers me is they don't intend on returning the love. They know you love them. They know how much you love them. But they don't intend on returning that love. So here you are giving them the most, probably apologizing to them, probably trying to make everything right, trying to be a supportive partner, and they don't want it. They don't want it. And that is a challenge. Thank you, Fred. That is a challenge for some of you when you got to see the truth. That's your deal to deal with, because we can bring into these insecurities that will keep us from moving forward in love, because sometimes people want to challenge us and keep us held back. Some of you may feel like this person did play mind games with you to keep you held back, right? To keep you from moving on. For some reason, maybe they want your money. Maybe they want your sex. Maybe they want your attention. Okay, whatever it is, but they're not giving. They're not giving. They're breadcrumbing at best. And at most, they're neglecting connection. They're neglecting you, your emotions, how you feel. This is a person who doesn't care how you feel. So instead of talking about emotions, talking about how you feel, working through problems, they throw off weird shit. The communication is weird. It's either a fight, an argument, or something strange that they say that makes you wonder, well, what are we doing here? What am I doing here? It doesn't quite tell you the truth, but it doesn't quite make you walk away either. So you're left in this weird limbo of, what are we doing? What am I doing? It actually causes you to have self-esteem issues. Yeah. For some of you, this person and all of this, whatever this is like, I want you, but I don't. I want you, but I don't. I want to love you, but I don't want to marry you. I care about you, but I don't want to marry you. Or whatever it is, those mind games that they play fucks with your head to the point where you lack confidence, and you need to have those strong boundaries up, and you need to be empowered by whatever's happening here. You have to see the truth in that. What are those mixed signals? What are those games that they play to keep you connected when they're completely disconnected? They're completely disconnected. But whatever has happened here, however long ago this was, affects your confidence and your ability to make decisions for yourself and your self-esteem. So I really want you to be tapping on your self-esteem. I really want you to be meditating on your self-esteem here and your self-confidence, and really empowering yourself to move forward. Because once you do, you actually have a very strong, stable relationship coming in here. Once you become empowered and take action on this, through this, and you block this person, or you stop moving your energy towards this person, you put that energy into self, and you don't have to look like a dum-dum. You don't have to do anything stupid. You don't have to just go and jump right into anything. You're not interested in doing that. What you're going to do is you're going to start attracting people to you from a very empowered, confident place. And that is going to turn out looking real good, because your options are going to be honest, upstanding, people who want to communicate truth, and who want to offer you something stable and loyal. That's loyalty, stability, that's taking their time and wanting to get to know you, and you getting to know them. Very honest communication compared to whatever the hell that was. That was... That was rough, is what that was. So for whomever, don't forget counseling and therapy. If you need counseling and or therapy, please get it. Tarot is therapy to a degree, but sometimes we need mental health to help us get, especially if you were dealing with somebody who has major narcissistic tendencies. A change in the wind. What did I tell you? The change has to happen for you, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to see the truth in the situation, what you've been balancing with, and how you need to move forward and get yourself unstuck from this. This person wanted to keep you stuck. Oh yeah, without giving you anything. So they could have been benefiting financially from you. Some of them could have been benefiting sexually from you. They were benefiting from you. They wanted all the benefits without having to return the benefits or without having to effort towards this connection with you, especially emotionally. Like, nah. So you felt absolutely neglected emotionally by this person. Yes, you did. And it's not going to change. This is a person who is not willing to connect to the emotions, even though they know how much you love them and how beautiful your heart is. They're just not interested. They want to keep you around, but not invest. Or they did at some point, but now they're distancing themselves. And it's kind of a twist. It's like, I don't want to deal with the toxicity here. I don't want to deal with the challenge here. I don't want to rebuild with this. I don't want to deal with this at all. So they turn and walk away. So you're getting somebody who is very dismissal. You're not getting a team player. You're not getting a partner. And that could have been a lot of the challenge. So I need you to just breathe. There is a change happening here. But once you get rebalanced, once you get aligned, you're going to align yourself with something true and real. Okay? Ace of Swords is something real and true. And first of all, that confidence and that self-esteem has to rise. You have to get yourself to a better place vibrationally within self. Okay? And you can do that. You can do it easily. It's not going to take long. But you got to focus on it. Right? And sometimes just becoming aware of the issues that you've been dealing with or working with a counselor or therapist can awaken you to the reality of a situation. You'll be like, oh my gosh, because manipulation happens on many minute levels. Like, you don't even realize it, but somebody could just keep cutting you down or keep holding on to you and benefiting. And you're just like, but you're not getting something in return. And you're like, well, they're still holding on to me, but you still feel abandoned, or you still feel like something is missing. Like there's a piece missing. Yeah. Because this person wants to hold on for the benefit that they can get from you, whatever that is, but they don't want to be challenged by an actual relationship. Okay. They just don't. Chaos and conflict is leaving, exiting stage left, 33, master number. Congratulations. Communication, cooperation, and teamwork are very important in relationship. It's the threes that are important, right? You, another person, working together to build a third energy, which is relationship energy, which wasn't being built here. It was being neglected, right? And that happens when a failure in communication happens, a failure in cooperation happens, and a failure in teamwork happens. You've got to be able to work together, cooperate, compromise, and communicate in order for things to improve and start moving momentum, start growing something. That was missing. I guarantee it. Regeneration. So you are rising from the ashes. You will have a new beginning very soon. You are rebuilding yourself. You're rebuilding yourself stronger, okay? More confident, more strong, empowering yourself and raising your vibration, raising your energy, self-respect, self-confidence, okay? Very important here. Because something about this person tells me, and I don't really know where it's at in the card. It's going to be different for each of you, but there's an undertone here that tells me this person gaslit you or lowballed you in some way. I don't know what that means, but it's like they gaslit you, or they undercut you or undermined you to maybe thinking they would give you more someday. Let me look at this person's energy for their outcome. They are turning their back on this. Where's the outcome? Yeah. So they're recovering and they're enjoying dating and doing their own damn thing out there. Yeah. So there they go. So they're dating and doing their own thing, relocating, living their best life. Okay. Yeah. This person might like to drink a lot too. They might like to party and drink a lot. That I'm just really, yeah, they are set in their ways though. That is for sure. And again, if this person is married or in another connection, they're going to continue to do what they've been doing, play in the field and enjoying their frivolities. They keep doing what they're doing. So there you go. They're celebrating their own life, doing their own thing, dating, opening up to new options if that's what they're doing. Some of them are relocating, moving. And I really got that there are a couple of them that are really like party goers. Like they like to party. They like to be to themselves. They like to do the whole thing. Let them do their thing. You're looking for something solid and stable, somewhere for your heart your heart wants to find a home. Unfortunately, this person didn't want to be that for you. But there's an energy here that they're not investing in you, and you're correct on saying that. They're investing in ending this. So that's where they're at. They're worlding this out. They're ending this. They're letting the toxicity of this go. They don't want to deal with it. They just don't want to deal with it. They would rather go have fun somewhere else. So for you, you're rebuilding yourself stronger. Take your time in this. Love yourself. You're going through an ending here, a very painful ending, but this very painful ending and this very difficult, challenging, painful cycle that you've been dealing with this person, it's coming to a close. It's being closed out. It's coming to a close. On the other side of it, you're going to be stronger, more empowered, and you're going to have stronger boundaries. Okay? So I want you to love and celebrate yourself. And you definitely have something to celebrate here. And that is a breakthrough. For those of you that just bend to other people's will, or you allow people to bully you, or you've been dealing with narcissistic people, things like that, manipulators, moving forward, you're going to see clearly. You're going to see clearly, and you're going to be able to tell people absolutely not. If it's not on level with you, you're going to be completely aware of the kind of people that you are stepping into contact with. People you communicate with, you'll see it clearly. You'll see it clearly. And you're going to be getting attention. I just don't see you just jumping right in, which is great because that means you're observing people. You're communicating. You're asking questions. You're vetting people. And that's what you need to do. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, you're looking for somebody who is emotionally available, ask the questions and get to know people. Right? Them's the words, them's the messages. That's what I got. Hope it helps in some way, shape, or form. And until next time, energy exchange is real. Like, share, subscribe, join the tribe. Check out my memberships and my products and services on my website. If you would like a specific message just for you, get on my schedule. You can schedule online at any time. I do have availability. Whew. This one was a doozy, but I'm very proud of you that you're going through some sort of transformation and regeneration. That means your energy is going to be feeling more vibrant, more high vibrational. You're going to feel like you have more energy because whatever this was depleting you in some way. And when we are dealing with a situation where we're like confused all the time and we don't really know what's going on, and are they staying or going, or what's the situation? It messes with us, and it takes so much, especially as an Aquarius. It takes so much mental energy to deal with this that it's exhausting physically, emotionally, all of it. But I keep going. I keep going. More exhaustion, more confusion, more exhaustion, more confusion. And it's finally like, I got to stop this. I'm done with this. I can't deal with this anymore. And when you finally realize that and work through those misgivings, those mind games, whatever it is, you will feel stronger and more stable after this ending, after you deal with that, because you'll actually feel energized again. Like, oh my gosh, I have been depleted dealing with this. I love y'all. Until next time, namaste.